It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll see who rules the skies in today's battle. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as the default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're underway from Philadelphia. On the return, here's Ray McCloud. And look at this return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game, but he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana. And I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL. Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
They go play action. Here's Penix. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. From the gun, it's Robinson. And they make the stop, but a lot closer to the end zone now. He got it to the 11. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
From the shotgun, Penix. This throw is cut. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Robinson crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do, but to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Young Hui Koo on for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Return starts from the goal line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
2nd and 3 now. From the 28. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Receiver in motion, going left. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard. Well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at the midfield stripe.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
They motion the tight end over. Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Offense off to a good start, Brock. Here's a 1st and 10 inside of enemy territory. They go to Barkley again. And he's able to get this down to the 36. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Opening drive going according to plan. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's another carry for Barkley. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Has him on the quick hitter. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time.
Well, the defense was ready for that throw, stopping him right in his tracks, right at the line of scrimmage.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Back to throw, Hurts. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Barkley is in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles finish off their opening drive. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. McLeod now returning it. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Falcons taking the field for their 2nd drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building. Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Penix here from the gun. Throw reeled in by London. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They'll give left side. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make him bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to the link right after this. Back for our 2nd quarter. It's Falcons football. They're looking at 3rd and still 10 here. Penix working from the gun. Throwing deep for the end zone. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So with the Falcons set to punt on 4th, on comes Bradley Pinion. And he got under this one, but it's going nowhere, almost straight up into the air. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on him. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. 1st and 10, here's Hurts. That's caught, it's Saquon Barkley. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
On first down, Hurts. That pass caught by Dotson. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. First down throwing for Hurts. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down after a short gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And he drives it skyward, hoping to drop this near the goal line. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Falcons will take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he'll get it up to the 27. Just a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. Got a man, it's London. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Penix now on 1st down. Throwing the out route complete. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
2nd and 3 now. Play action. Here's Penix. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that will set up 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, But sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Once more, it's Robinson. And he's in! It's an Atlanta touchdown! The Falcons take a 2nd quarter lead. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Koo on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons break that tie and now lead by 7. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Starting at the 10. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Eagles about set to go on offense. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll step up, and there he goes. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
A play fake now hurts to throw. Hauled in by Goddard, left side. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They put a receiver in motion here left. Hurts looking to throw. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. And now they face 2nd down.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons will get it back with some time to work with. We've reached the 2-minute warning. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Penix. It is caught left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
You know, Kate, years ago, my old high school receiver and I got together for a football camp. I could still close my eyes and throw him that slant. We've done it millions of times. You get a QB receiver connection like that, it's dynamite.
Short pass brought in. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Penix on first down. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. And again, it's Penix. That one's incomplete over the middle. That throw is looking for Kyle Pitts. And now it's 3rd and short.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. From the shotgun, Penix. Complete beyond the marker. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to 1st and goal. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Throwing it again here. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
That is such a gut punch as a quarterback. You put in so much work to get down near the goal line. And then you've got to take care of the football. You can't be reckless with the ball. Those defenders are looking to knock it free, and that's exactly what they did, keeping points off the board.
The Eagles setting out their offense one last time in the first half. Backed up this far and with such little time left, Brock, you gotta imagine they're just gonna kneel this out. From the pistol, Hurts. Escape, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
We've reached the midway point of this game. The visiting Falcons taking a lead into that locker room. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. It was a former Longhorn, Bijan Robinson, who was tough to stop in that first half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. With that, the 2 squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Ewer.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Here comes Williams on the return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. So to begin the 3rd quarter, the Eagles offense returning to the field. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Barkley's got it. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Option play, they give it to Barkley. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The Eagles are in punt formation. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. His kick is away, but it is short and straight up into the air. Fair catch made here at the 30-yard line. So no return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And they know they let points slip away with that fumble in the red zone, Brock. They're looking to get him back here. They go play action. Here's Penix. Got it, man. Robinson has it.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, when one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Penix here from the gun. That's incomplete left side.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Penix working from the gun. That one's complete to London. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
On first down, here's Penix. He'll get this complete to Mooney. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
Throw reeled in by London. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And the Falcons will have a first.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Up to the line, and they're set. First and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go. Staying with Robinson. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Zach Bond with the tackle. Stuck to the ground, but nothing gained that time, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
They'll run the draw with Robinson. And he's brought down for a loss.
Traps, screens, draws, you need the element of surprise. The problem is, this defense was all over that draw. You couldn't fool them, even if you wanted to.
So now on 4th down, the Falcons electing to send Young Hui Koo after the field goal. It's 45 yards he'll try to connect from. The kick by Lutz is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. He fields it from the 8. Returns looking good so far. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. That score made it 17-7, but they can cut it back to a one-score game here. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
First down, and they go right back to him. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Barkley trying this up the gut. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He's got Smith. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
I love crossing routes versus zone defense. Those zone defenders are dropping to their spots. And with all of that horizontal action, they often get lost in zone coverage just like that.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First and 10. Here's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Sending a receiver left. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Juke the defender. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he can't find a lane before being wrapped up at the line. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Throwing here, Hurts. He's on the move, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Three quarters in the books from this one. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. This is a 35-yard look from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. McCloud now returning it. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Falcons and Michael Penix Jr. set to take over again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. 1st and 10 are under Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's why you often see some mix, some high-percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep the defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation and a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another carry for Robinson. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Here's Penix to throw. Caught, nice gain left side. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. They get 22 on that one. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, it's Robinson. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Call that a modest improvement. 3 yards that time, but still a 3rd and 7 upcoming. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Penix now on 1st down. Finds his target, Robinson.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Robinson on the inside give. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. To the air with Penix. Rolling left, buying some time. He can run it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Give him 13 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Now the give for Bijan. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating.
Look at you.
And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
So we've got a stoppage now. Figured this might be coming. We're going to take another look to see if this was indeed a touchdown. Ooh, it doesn't get much closer than this, Brock. Did that ball in any way break the plane of the end zone?
You know how I like to look at this, Kate? Imagine a plane of glass going from the front end of that end zone straight in the air. In any part of the ball, any part of it just touches the plane of that glass, and this is a touchdown.
The touchdown disappears. He was not able to reach the end zone after all. London going in motion left. They'll run with Robinson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Back to throw it. And they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Drake London with the touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Koo on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons double their lead to 14. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Returnable from the 2. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. On 1st down, Hurts. Catch is made down the right sideline. And the run finally ends down inside the opposing 35. It's a full 40 yards on the play, Brock, and a new set of downs.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. 1st down throwing for Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the 24. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So that brings up 2nd down.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Hurts now from the gun. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Falcons will get it back with some time to work with. We've reached the 2-minute warning. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And this one does get by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Motion man sent left. On 2nd down, Robinson. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now. And the Birds bring out the nickel look. 3rd down coming up. Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he's going to be taken down right around the 39. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Kick is away and really up there trying to pin them deep. He takes the fair catch at about the 26-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Eagles will take possession. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And we'll see if they go right back to the passing game here, coming off an interception they threw in enemy territory. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. A bit of desperation on this deep shot, and that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons return the interception almost to midfield before the tackle's made.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the third interception, man, he is killing his team.
The Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up there among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. The Falcons nearing a victory as he drops to a knee.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Setting up for the kneel down on third. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Falcons will fly home with a win on the road. Well, Brock, we knew they were confident in the lead-up, that they could contend despite the hostile crowd they were going to face today, and boy, did they ever. Once they got going, they showed out, they backed up that confidence, and they leave here with a victory.
Oh, it takes so much work, Kate, so much work, even beyond what people hear about through the week or see in the game itself, to overcome somebody defending their home field. You need to be playing at your highest level, and you need to BYOE. Bring your own energy. Whenever you take it on the road and you win one, gosh, it feels so good. What a signature victory.